Hello and welcome back to RobScure Music. Today's video is all about my music acquisitions in the month of February. So I've picked up both vinyl and CD as I typically do. And let's jump right into it. First one I'm going to show you, I apologize for the glare, is the group with no name. This is a 1976 album. I think it might be the only album by them. And this was, I believe, waiters and waitresses who in California who got together, decided to sing, caught the attention of a record label, and they had no name. So they became the group with no name. But, and there's a story about that over here. But I do want to mention the members of the group, because while you may not have heard of the group with no name, and you may not recognize most of these names, there is one you'll know. So the group with no name includes Franny Eisenberg, Jimmy Lott, Alan Miles, Carolyn Ray, and Katie Segal. Yes, Peg Bundy. Again, this is 1976, so it would be 10 years or so before she became popular on Married with Children. That's her in the middle there. And I don't know how many people know that she was actually a singer. And she actually put out, I think, 2 albums after Married with Children, but they didn't do much for her musical career. Nevertheless, she was a fantastic Peg Bundy if you watched Married with Children. So I saw this, had to pick it up. Next, greatest hits of Little Johnny Taylor. Who? Well, that's kind of what I said when I saw this. But I said, you know what? It's a greatest hits collection. So let's find out what Little Johnny could do. You know, and this, of course, must be music from back in the day when musicians were little as opposed to lil. I see you rappers out there. Next, Rare Earth in concert. I'll show you that track listing. And you can always pause this and take a look at it if the glare isn't too much for you. I picked this up, honestly, and I do like Rare Earth. I picked this up, honestly, because of the sort of unique packaging. It's kind of like a backpack, knapsack, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And this little tab here, it says pull. And you pull this up and you got some images there. Unfortunately, nothing on the other side. Totally blank there. But nevertheless, I thought it was pretty cool. And it's a 2-disc or 2-album set. So 4 sides of music. Next, Three Dog Night. Now, obviously, we all know that we lost the last member of Three Dog Night a while ago. So rest in peace. But even just before his death and way back in the 70s, the early 70s, Three Dog Night was one of my favorite groups. And I'd been picking up albums sporadically. And I saw this one, and I didn't have it. So naturally, I had to pick it up. And of course, that is the title of the album, Naturally. Then I picked up Isaac Hayes, Hot Buttered Soul. Now, this is an album that I owned at one point and must have gotten rid of for whatever reason I had back then. But saw it, remembered having had it, and said, I'm adding it to my collection. Last vinyl is Moon Martin. This is his album, was it? Shots from a Cold Nightmare. For a minute there, it looked like shoes. I said, gee, that can't be right. Show you that track listing. Many of you may not be familiar with Moon Martin. He basically was popular in the late 70s, early 80s, sort of new wave ish type of artist. And I did feature him, I believe, on one of my videos, or at least he was mentioned in a video. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think I highlighted a song or two of his. Now I'll show you the CDs that I picked up last month. And yes, there are quite a few of them. Oops. And now I'll show you the CDs that I picked up. Rolling Stone, Women in Rock. 2 CD set. Lots of classics on here. Starts out with Big Mama Thornton, Hound Dog, the original. Yes, it's the Elvis song, but she did it first. We got Etta James, Patsy Cline, the Shangri-Las, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Tina Turner, Emmylou Harris is on here, Janice Ian, Jewel, so Salt and Pepper. A lot of various music from women in rock. How about women in country? Tammy Wynette, greatest hits. I picked up quite a few like hits collections. Little Richard, the greatest hits, 16. Not sure why it says that. And this is, as you read that track listing, a Japanese import apparently. But, you know, it does have the hits. Long Tall Sally, Good Golly Miss Molly, Tutti Frutti, you know, all the greats. However, these aren't the original versions. It's more live, sort of demo-ish type of stuff. But I listened to it, and it's actually a decent album. So I was kind of glad to have this. Switching gears. Yeah, I like a lot of different types of music. Joy Division. Substance. See if I can get you that track listing. A comp romancing the 70s. It was only $1.99 at Savers. And it's a 2-disc set. So, again, pause it and take a look at the tracks if you're interested. Another sort of varied comp, Soul Story. Got Otis Redding, Ray Charles, Al Green. Lots of soul music on 2 discs. Another greatest hits, Alan Jackson, obviously country. And quite frankly, I mean, I've heard of Alan Jackson. I wasn't too familiar with his music. So I thought, you know what? Let me pick this up. I think this might have been like in the 99-cent bin. Joe Jackson, Body and Soul. And if you know Joe Jackson, you know he kind of went into that jazz after his first couple albums. Look Sharp and I'm the Man. Albums I love, by the way. Then he went into, can't remember the name of it now, but it was a jazz album. And then he got Body and Soul. Lisa Loeb, Stay. This is the single that made her famous. And show you that listing there. And I love Lisa Loeb. So trying to collect everything she's done. So I had to get this one. Lisa Loeb, A Simple Trick to happiness. If it was only that easy, Lisa. But I bought it and I'm happy. So maybe that is the trick to happiness. Do what you love. Lyle Lovett and his large band. This is an album that got him a Grammy for the best male country vocal performance, I believe it was. Then I got the Tractors. I've never heard of the Tractors. I've heard of Protractors. No, kidding. I've heard of I have not heard, of the Tractors. Honestly, I would assume it's farm music. No, but seriously, Americana, country. I took a look inside. Nobody plays the banjo, but I haven't listened to it yet. So if you're familiar with the Tractors, let me know in the comments. Annie Lennox, Nostalgia. Take a look at that track listing. Obviously, this appears to be a covers album in a nice booklet form. Oops, if I can open it up. Got a couple credits and words and pictures and images and so on. So, and then finally, and I have something very similar, I'm sure, but I feel like it has a black cover and this one had a white cover. So this is different. And it was, again, fairly inexpensive. The Best of Morrissey. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay well, friends. And remember, if the music strikes a chord, let it play.